everyone! I picked a book to share with all of you that is not by one of my favorite authors, but it does have one of my favorite characters. So, one of my favorite authors is Dr. Seuss, and this book, Why Oh Why Are Deserts Dry, has one of the characters from Dr. Seuss books, The Cat in the Hat. It's also an all about deserts book, which I bought when I was down visiting a family of mine in Arizona. So I thought it would be a good one to share. Why, oh why, are deserts dry? I'm Cat in the Hat, and today is the day that we're off to see deserts. Let's leave right away. You may think that deserts are empty and bare, but you'll be surprised by the things we find there. Insects and lizards, flowers and snow. Want to see for yourself? Buckle up and let's go. Why are deserts dry? I'll be glad to explain. There are very few clouds above them to bring rain. Without clouds, there is nothing to block the sun's light or to hold the heat in so it gets cold at night. The air is so dry any rain deserts get dries up right away, so they do not stay wet. Without water, surviving in deserts is rough. Plants, insects, and animals need to be tough. All living things need to have water. So how do they live? Where it's dry? I will show you right now. Desert plants must find water. Some have ways to store it. Roots spread out to find it or reach deep down for it. Shallow roots of this cactus pull water through them. The cactus then stores it inside of its stem. There's a tree in the desert that's called a mesquite. Its roots reach for water that's down 40 feet. The Sonoran Desert is where we will find a very big cactus that's one of a kind. It's called the saguaro, and I have been told it can grow to be over 200 years old. A cactus, you see, has deep pleats in its skin, but they will expand when the water flows in. It soaks up the water and then quickly swells. Like a sponge, it stores water in some of its cells. Sharp spines protect it. Just how do they do it? They make sure some animals won't try to chew it. This Gila woodpecker knows very well that a cactus will serve as the perfect hotel. She pecks a small hole and then slips inside. It's cool, and it gives her a safe place to hide. When she's ready to leave, well, I have little doubt, someone else will move in after she has moved out. How do insects get water? Well, some of them do is get water that's inside the plants that they chew. These desert insects are honeypot ants. All year long, they collect the sweet nectar from plants. They store it inside them and then they can feed it to ants who are hungry whenever they need it. The Namib Desert gets rain rarely, and yet fog comes in from the sea and makes everything wet. Here, the fog-basking beetle has a way to survive, getting water it needs to help it stay alive. It tilts its abdomen up. Water droplets soon slide down its body and into its mouth. Open wide! Animals differ in the food that they eat and the ways they keep cool in the dry desert heat. In the daytime, small animals stay underground. Later on, when it's cooler, they move above ground. This cute fennec fox's furry-soled feet help him walk on hot sand. His big ears let out heat. Kangaroos lick their arms to help cool off their skin, then each digs a hole in the ground and climbs in. We asked this lizard how he spends his days. Each morning he's warmed by the sun's gentle rays. By midday it's hotter and it's time to hide. He slips into his burrow and goes deep inside. In the late afternoon he is back in the sun. It is not as hot now and the day is almost done. Then he's back in his burrow to sleep through the night. He'll be up with the sun just as soon as it's light. And I can see, my friends, that I'm going to run out of time to finish reading this book, so I'm going to have to make a second video just for you. See you all in the next video.